dim lit chandeliers glow. We'll sip our worries away, nice and slow. Your laughter ripples like sweet warm wine. In this jazzy sultry space you're mine. The saxophone croons a velvet tune, while melodies dance beneath the moon. We'll toast to moments both grand and small, in this hazy, lazy, jazz-touched hall. Let's sit together in the mellow night. We'll drink to love till the morning light. Every glass we raise a promise true. Here's to the magic in a drink with you. Your eyes, they sparkle with every click. Sweet rendezvous over a simple drink. We'll share our secrets in whispers low, just you and me where the jazz flows slow. The world outside fades into the mist, but here it's our own dreamy tryst. With each sip our worries drift away. Let's stay together till the break of day. So let's sit together in the mellow night. We'll drink to love till the morning light. Every glass we raise a promise true. Here's to the magic in a drink with you.
The following live stream has been approved for appropriate audiences. It may contain occasional strong language and may not be suitable for younger or more sensitive viewers. Viewer inebriation is advised, though not mandatory.
Good evening, happy Friday, and welcome to Last Call. May the 4th is breathing down our necks, which means we're about to be flooded with normies screaming, "May the 4th be with you," like it's deep philosophy. Cute pun, guys, but the real fans know the truth. Star Wars Day isn't May the 4th, it's May 25th, the day Vader first boarded the Tantive IV in '77. That's when the magic actually hit theaters. So this year we're skipping the hashtag holiday, digging into the latest Star Wars news to at least acknowledge it, and we'll be celebrating the anniversary that actually matters. May the 25th be with you, because the 4th sure isn't. So top off your glasses, strap in, and we'll make the jump to hyperspace just as soon as I get the coordinates from the NavComputer.
Last Call is streamed before a live audience.
What you sipping on?
The pink squirrel.
Yes, indeed. It is the pink squirrel. It's sweet. It's not my preferred drink, but I am on this mission to make each cocktail that is mentioned in by Tom Cruise in the movie Cocktail in his Last Bartender Poet poem. So this today was the pink squirrel. It's sweet, it's creamy, and that's not what I want with alcohol. But there you have it, my friends. Anyway, what we also have today is the celebration of May the 4th weekend, for whatever that means, because the real anniversary is May the 25th. But we're going to talk Star Wars anyway. Let me get these guys in here, starting with Age of Boomer. who is looking a lot like Yoda on a tractor today. How you doing, Boomer? What you sipping on?
McDonald's lemonade, sipping on I am.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Is that how Yoda would say it? I don't know. Anyway,
yes, Yoda dangles his participles. Could blow the ratings, but okay.
I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine.
Good.
I don't know. I guess this is a weird night because you're drinking the pink squirrel when I thought you'd be drinking the blue bantha.
Yeah, I'll save that for the 25th, or that weekend. I don't know what. I think the 25th is a Monday as well, so it would be like the 21st or whatever, 22nd, whatever. And we're gonna see if we can't line up a special guest for that night. We'll see.
Was there ever a Star Wars cocktail recipe book?
Well, I mean, I have all the Star Wars cookbooks, which I'm sure has drinks in them, but specifically, Big Al sent me a link to a number of Star Wars themed cocktails that at least one or two of them I really, really do want to try, just even beyond the Star Warsiness of them. But no, what do you? Oh yeah, you did say you were sipping on lemonade, and I heard the ice in the backdrop.
Yes.
When the glass shattered in my countdown, so I was like, wow, that was like perfect timing. but yeah. And speaking of the backdrop here, let's bring in. Well, I guess on Sunday she'd be the Geezette. She's just the love of my life, Netter of Netter's Network. How you doing, my dear? What you sipping on?
I'm doing pretty well, and of course I am. Well, I had a pink squirrel, and now because I finished that and I'm broken, I am drinking a Polar brand seltzer water, blackberry mango.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, we're not talking super powerful booziness here, especially when you have to absorb it through the heavy cream. It's yeah. You know what I said it this afternoon, quoting that line from It's a Wonderful Life. We serve hard drinks here for people who want to get drunk fast. That is not what this is. That is not what this is. But I digress. I went through all of that at Liquid Lunch, guys. If you want to hear more about the pink squirrel, its history, and how to make one, check out my afternoon stream, which is obviously still up. But right now, let's say hi to all of you in the chat. Starting with the green girl herself, Lynn Green, who says 3 likes delivered. That means she went around to all of our channels, which I think is so sweet of her. Thank you so much, Lynn. Haven't seen this name in a while. Mark Daly stops in and says, greetings from Jacksonville, Florida, a.k.a. South Georgia. Welcome, my friend. Good to see you. Let's see. Y'all saying hi back and forth. There's deleted scenes. Salute, my friend. Good to see you. He said it was a Films with Friends raid. There you go. Good to see you. So I'm assuming, yeah, that Big Al's not too far behind. May the force be with you. Have a great show, my friends. Thank you so much. I super appreciate that. Deleted Scene says, like, share, subscribe, comment, become a member, gift a membership if you're feeling generous. Yes, please do all of those clicky things, as David Pensack also says. He says, hail to you, welcome. Thank you so much, my friend. Here's to the magic in a drink with you. I'm glad you guys like the opening music. Let's see here. Last call! Yes. Welcome, Enigma Severus. Yeah. Good. I'm glad to hear. Should we all be really good and sloshed to talk about this topic? Your mileage may vary. I'll just...
Here's what I did tonight for the stories. I tried picking mostly positive pieces. Because,
good luck with that, yeah.
You're still bitter, man, aren't you? you're still...
They have not yet given me reason not to be. I hate doing this bit with this drink, but FKHC 2005, also known as Tim. Welcome. Good to see you, my friend. JPRPH1. John's dropping the Canarble, the fedora, the channel logo, and of course the brown mumbler. He says, "Hail, folks. Good to see ya." Yoda is not behaving if he dangles. Yeah, exactly right.
Yoda.
I bet we get some kind of announcement on the 50th anniversary of Star Wars in theaters. Yeah. I mean, that's entirely possible. We did get today and we'll talk more about this on the weekend of the 25th. Hasbro did do a pipeline announcement. I guess, I don't know, can you call it a pipeline announcement when you're just 3 days away? But on May the 4th, some new figures are going to be going up for pre-order. And of all the figures that they mentioned, there was only two I was interested in. One is an Anakin Skywalker vis-a-vis Sebastian Shaw, the original Anakin Skywalker. This is to make the 96 on cards and whatnot, and so this isn't like one of those transparent ones. Those came out in a 3-pack last year with Obi-Wan and Yoda, with a swappable head, so you could have Sebastian Shaw or the kid, whatever his name is. But this is like the original figure, not ghostly image. So that figure, and the other one is Luke Skywalker, the clone of Luke from Heir to the Empire, which will go along really well with the Heir to the Empire 3-pack that they put out last year. And I'm wondering if they're starting to realize, hey, people actually like Heir to the Empire. Maybe we should do something with that. A lot of speculation in the toy community today, thinking that maybe a Mara Jade figure would be coming out soon. Now that they've done all those Heir to the Empire figures.
I thought they've done Mara Jade figures already.
They have, but we haven't gotten one in the current vintage. What do they call it? The vintage collection, TVC collection. With high articulation and whatnot. We have one that's from the Power of the Force, which is 5 POA, and there was one that was a comic books great that I can't remember if it had any more articulation than the previous one. They're good, but they're not great figures. I do have both of them though. Sup guys, happy Friday. Good to see you, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Good to see you. Hail, Boomer, Lego Yoda, and Lego R2-D2 on a motorcycle.
Not
Yes,
mine.
exactly.
I snatched it from Google Images, but
There you go. Because you couldn't find the Yoda on the tractor one.
I found it. I just couldn't. Never mind. It's in the. It's. Huh?
Well, that's Boomer. That's Boomer Yoda on a tractor. So there you go. Looked like he was also some wacky weed he was imbibing. It looked like too. So just but I mean, I guess when you're a Boomer, you can.
Who knows what he got up to on Dagobah when no one was watching? I'm just saying.
Yeah. Something tells me there's a bad lip reading in there somewhere. With that, good luck with that comment. And the next 2 rounds are on me. There you go, man. There you go. Hey, Troy, I think your calendar is broken. Yes, if you missed the opening, it's only May. Well, I'm sorry, but it's not my fault that the May the 4th didn't fall on a Friday. But this is May the 4th weekend, so there you go. But it's even more broken than that because the real Star Wars Day is May 25th. Remember that. Remember that. But, yeah, Yoda on a tractor. Exactly right. And me on a pink squirrel, I guess. So, there you go. Anyway, let's get to the.
You want to see my
presentation
little
that you
presentation? Yes. So we have some stories to go over. It's like Geeky Geezers, but just Star Wars. There we go. Star Wars. I never heard of it.
Well, in 76, we hadn't yet, right?
76. You were like, Smoking the Bandit. That's gonna be the big movie. That's.
Actually, 76, if I'm not mistaken, was also the year that King Kong came out with Jeff Bridges and Jessica Lange.
Oh, Jessica
So that
Lange.
one had that one kind of. Oh yeah. I was a little young, but I could still appreciate it. Let me tell you. Geek Flag with Nate knows. Thank you so much, my friend. He just gifted a membership too. Pit Snipe Husker. Welcome back to membership, Pit Snipe Husker. Good to see you back. And yes, that is definitely going to the new computer fund. In fact, Netter and I are going to the store tomorrow to take a look at some options that she saw. Both Netter and I, looks like we need new computers. And so anything you could provide to help with that will... I always say, everything that you can do to support what we do here, I really appreciate. We can't continue to do this without you. Well, honestly, this one's really true. We can't continue to do this if the computer goes kapoots. So,
I'm happy to get the same laptop I have, like a used one, and just be able to swap out the hard drive. So I just need a couple $100 for that. Where Troy's is going to be the massive one.
I'm going high end for both gaming and streaming. There's value there, I suspect.
There is value there. Otherwise, I wouldn't allow you to have one.
Well, that's fair. I saw it today, and I get so frustrated with social media. I saw something come up in my feed that was a really cool video that I wanted to share, and I was doing the share with a comment. And unfortunately, something happened, and I lost it, and I couldn't find it in my feed again. It was this guy had this, really big... You've seen people with these really big, glider planes and whatnot, but this one was in the shape of a dragon. It looked really cool, and I was going to forward it to Netter and say, yes, Netter, this is really cool. Yes, I understand you want one. Yes, if you decide you want one and you can find it, I'm not going to say no to you on this. But where would we store it? Because it was really, really big.
It would be in the backyard as a pet.
Yes. They just tried to report that Dune has taken over the popularity and legacy of Star Wars had. Yeah, right, nowhere close. Well, right now, what's current, that even comes close. Marvel's not doing it anymore. DC's not doing it. I think the big thing that Dune is behind on is marketing. Maybe they should get some damn action figures out there. But other than that, it hasn't risen to the level of Star Wars 77, Empire Strikes Back 80, whatever it was. But it's the best we got going on right now. And then thank you so much. Nate drops another gifted membership to Hoshi Ryo. That name does look familiar, so welcome back, Hoshi Ryo. Thank you again very much, Nate. I super appreciate that. And AJ Boomer, thank you so much. You gifted a membership to...
I did?
Different Styles. That's a name I actually don't recall. So welcome, Different Styles. Welcome to membership. super appreciate that. There you go.
So, should I get to our first story of the night?
Yes. What is the first story of the night? Let's talk about some Star Wars news.
This is an older story. This
Yeah.
is the OG original Star Wars Expanded Universe is getting a re-release. This was back in January. I must have missed this one. But this is the original Star Wars newspaper comic strips from the late 70s and early 80s. Are being collected once more in a brand new hardcover omnibus edition. Do you remember these?
I do. I tried very hard to save all the newspapers, all the comics that came out, and I read every single one of them. I did feel that they were interestingly complementary to what was going on in Marvel at the time too. Well, actually, they a little no. It was a little bit before Marvel got up and running. They did the movie adaptations, and then they finally got into the license for doing an ongoing title. But at the same time, contemporaneous with that, there was the newspaper comics. There was a weekly, and then there was a little bit bigger color
Saturday
one
with color.
Yep, exactly right. And I was trying to save them all. In fact, sometimes they had like a little mini comic within the comic, like the last panel would have like a joke or whatever. Some of those also appeared in the Bantha tracks too.
That's neat.
Anyway, but yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's going to be collected. I think Dark Horse is putting it out. It's going to be Star Wars Legends Newspaper Strips Omnibus, set to be released in July 2026. It offers a look back at the formative days of the franchise's multimedia expansion. And it says these Star Wars newspaper strips have previously been reprinted in several different releases over the years, but this is the first to collect them all in one volume. Star Wars officially became a multimedia franchise when Marvel Comics adapted the original 1977 film. Then the expanded universe formally began when Marvel Star Wars continued beyond its adaptation of the movie and started telling original stories. Same thing happened in book form with the novelization of the film, leading to the sequel Splinter of the Mind's Eye. The Star Wars newspaper strip, published from 1979 through 1984, is often lost in the shuffle when people think about the formative expanded universe, yet it played a vital role in making Star Wars such a huge deal. Star Wars Legends, the newspaper strips omnibus, is a celebration of that contribution. So it is going to go under the Legends moniker that a lot of these.
It kind of has to, because it didn't even fit canon after a certain point. Anyway, neither did
because of the movies, right?
Marvel Comics, yeah. But I'll be honest with you. For the longest time, the post Return of the Jedi comics, we very much considered canon because we had nothing after Return of the Jedi. So we considered that to be pretty much canon. So some of the races they introduced, like the Zeltrons and the Hoojibs, Lynn, if you're still listening, you know what I'm talking about.
Were the Zeltrons bad?
No, well, they were troublemakers, but they weren't bad. Think of them as the you could probably think of them as the Star Wars equivalent of the Orions in Star Trek.
I see. Okay.
Instead of green skin, they were bright red skin or like a dark pink. They tended to dress, a little Leia Slave girlish, if you will.
No.
And
male gaze.
one gal named Danny had the hots for Luke, and it was one of those like, Danny, okay, that yeah, I know, thank you. Trying not to, but they also had a tendency to dress very 80s with the big. The men had these big wide shoulder pads, and the girls tended to wear off the shoulder on one side type of things with big hair.
That's sort of what Star Wars does, though. I mean, at least until the prequel era came along.
Oh, sure. The original Star Wars, everyone had 70s hair.
The 70s hair, which I think I find it to be part of the charm of those movies. But yeah, it's It's even worse than Battlestar Galactica, actually. If you watch that, it's like, wow. But no, I think it's kind of neat. If you never read these before or want them, in July, Dark Horse will put out this huge
I think I
volume.
absolutely do because, like I said, I was trying to collect them as a kid, and my mother would throw out the newspapers before I got to them or whatever. I'd read them, but then my expectation was that I was going to take them before. But no, she'd like half the time they'd get thrown away, or I'd have like a big stack, and she'd just take them and throw them out because she thought they were garbage. It's like, Ma, for crying out loud. You know, it's like that old poster with all the pictures of the GI Joes, and it says, "Old soldiers never die. Your mother threw them away."
Oh, it's not wrong though. Remember the scene in Spider-Man 2 when he stops by Aunt May's clearing out the house, having a grouse, and he says, "Hey, where are all my comic books?" "Oh, I gave those away after you went to school." And he's like, "What?" And it's like,
Geek Flag says, "I think in the comics it was the first time we saw Yoda Fett. Oh, by the way, I have seen someone did a custom action figure of Yoda Fett, but yes, Boba Fett without the helmet.
And
Well, interestingly, in order to make it square up with canon, it turned out it wasn't actually Boba Fett, though. It was somebody who was impersonating him with a different set of Mandalorian armor by the name of Jodo Cast.
interesting.
And they revisited that idea with, I forget the
Book of Boba
character's
Fett?
name in the Book of Boba Fett, yeah. But another thing that the comics did that they, speaking of Book of Boba Fett, the comics had a storyline. I think it was called like Return to Tatooine or something like that, or no. I think it was something like Killer Jawas or something about Jawas.
Killer clowns from outer space.
Something like that, yeah. And the story took Leia and Han back to Tatooine for some reason, and this was after Return of the Jedi. Almost immediately after Return of the Jedi. I don't remember why they went to Tatooine. And they did like, the prologue was like going back to Return of the Jedi, and Boba Fett, where? Boom, Boba Fett, boom, falls into the Sarlacc, right? And then the you remember it from the scene, right? The as soon as he eats Boba Fett, the Sarlacc goes, ugh, right?
Yeah.
But in the comic, he goes, ugh, and then something shoots out into the sand.
Yes.
And after the barge is destroyed and whatnot, the Jawas come along to see if they can find. And there were droids that were on the sail barge, and they start stripping down the sail barge. And someone finds an unconscious Boba Fett, lying in the sand. So they pull him into the sand crawler, and they're arguing whether or not this is somebody in armor or it's a droid. And what's funny about that is I remember when I first got the first, 6 action figures that came out in late 76, early 77? I'm looking at the stormtrooper, and I'm like, is this a droid? Is this someone in armor? And it wasn't really that clear initially, So I kind of felt like I could kind of see the Jawas having this kind of a back and forth. But then, of course, he comes to, and they're still not clear if he's a person or a droid. They even put a restraining bolt on his chest armor. But his memory is fried. He's got temporary amnesia, so he doesn't remember anything. And somehow they run into Han and Leia, and Han's like, Boba Fett? He goes, oh, do you know me? He says, I got no memory. And he's like, well, let's worry about that later. We got to get out of here, because they're having problems with the Jawas, and the Jawas get into a fight with them, and the sandcrawler's kind of going out of control, and they're like, come on, we got to get out of the sandcrawler. it's heading towards the Sarlacc. And just then, Boba Fett gets his memory and he goes, Solo? And Han's like, damn. Gotta go, bye! And he jumps off and rolls away in the sand. The Sandcrawler goes in with Boba Fett back into the Sarlacc. So, but that whole idea of him being belched out of the Sarlacc, that comes right out of the comics, and they co-opted that for the Book of Boba Fett. There's a lot of things that Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett kind of canonized from Legends, which was initially why fans like myself were getting so hopeful. We're like, screw Kathleen Kennedy, she decanonized it all. Well, they're slowly starting to recanonize it all. Well, so much for that. Mark Daly knows what I'm talking about. Hoojib, telepathic robots make Ewoks look tough. Yeah, kinda.
Rabbits.
That's kind of true. Yeah, they looked kind of like rabbits.
They say, what's up, Doc?
They had real big eyes, but I don't think they had like a mouth or anything. These big ears and a funny like angler-style antenna on top. And yes, they were telepathic, so they could communicate telepathically.
Ready for the next one?
Nope, I gotta finish the comments here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I remember a comic where Luke and some guys were trying to survive together on some planet, and when they got rescued at the end of the comic, they revealed that he was actually Boba Fett. Okay, that one I don't remember then. Cobb Vanth, that was his name. That's right. He was the Disney era pseudo Jodo cast character. But that's what I mean. They just keep going back to the so-called legends and mining it for ideas. Okay, let's go to the next one.
Alrighty, what do we have next? Let's see here.
I don't know. You put it together.
Oh,
Han
yeah.
Solo. There you go. Wearing purple pants.
Well, maybe it's how the light's hitting it, or maybe
They need a little color correction there. Yeah.
maybe they shot him from the waist up during that scene because
He probably had the same problem that the Klingons did in the motion picture. Their pants looked purple because they were under these reddish lights, but really the pants were brown.
Oh. Why one 49-year-old Star Wars prop sold for over $1 million?
Wow.
Considering how widely popular Star Wars has been for nearly 50 years, it's no surprise that people have a great deal of interest in owning pieces of merchandise and memorabilia connected to the franchise. Just about every fan of the galaxy far, far away has their own collection, seeking out all toys, posters, apparel, and more they can find. I know no one like that. Anyway, okay. Then there are those who go the extra mile, are willing to spend an exorbitant amount of money to earn a piece of Star Wars history itself. Some of the most coveted items are used props from the movies and TV shows, many of which are auctioned off. For example, Darth Vader's lightsaber was recently sold for $3.6 million. Illustrating collectors who will truly spare no expense when it comes to Star Wars props. Before Vader's lightsaber, a different classic Star Wars weapon was auctioned off at its own outrageous sum. In 2022, Han Solo's D-44 blaster from Star Wars: A New Hope was sold for $1.57 million. That's not as much as what Vader's lightsaber went for, but it's still a hefty bid. And when one considers the rich history of this particular prop, the willingness to part with $1 million becomes more understandable. This is interesting. Any screen-used movie prop is a premier item, but a case can be made that Han Solo's blaster is in a league of its own. For starters, the New York Post article mentions that the prop was the last surviving example of 3 models that were made for the first 3 Star Wars films. The one that sold for over $1 million was used by Harrison Ford in the original 1977 movie before it was quote-unquote reported missing, meaning the prop department had to build new blasters for the sequels. So this specific gun was the one and only one that was available, which certainly increased demand for it. Perhaps that's why the winning bid blew past the item's valuation. If this prop was only used in Star Wars: A New Hope, that would be significant enough. But there's more to the story. Before it became a signature staple of a galaxy far, far away, Han Solo's trusty DL-44 blaster started life as Frank Sinatra's gun in the 1967 thriller The Naked Runner. During development on Star Wars, Roger Christian used excess military surplus parts to turn it into a weapon befitting the strange sci-fi fantasy universe George Lucas had created. That further explains why the prop sold for as much as it did. It's something which ties to two entertainment industry legends, which is truly a fascinating bit of trivia. What do you think of that?
That is pretty cool. How much did you say it went for?
1.057 million. And apparently it was found.
Oh, wait a minute. Connie Cleary brought us, got us a party fox, so you know what that means.
Shimmy left, shimmy right, party fox is dancing tonight. Hearts go popping out his bum, wiggle, wiggle, here they come. Come. Cute as can be with a fluffy tail sway, spreading love in the silliest way. Party fox, you're the best. Boop, 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 you're simply the cutest mess.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Connie Cleary. Absolutely. So yeah, if you don't think that if you think that $2 million might just be a little bit much to pay for a blaster, there are other options. For example, Battle Arms has a replica solo blaster. It's a 22 pistol. So, that is an option. It is not $2 million. It is a little bit less. Still might be out of most of our price ranges because it's actually a little over $2,000.
A lot.
Yeah. Well, and then there's the ammo too. I did see that there was a 2A YouTuber that was looking for an option. He said, how does a blaster work? Is it laser? No, a laser would be a single beam of light. It's just, and he said, well, we actually do have something that's very similar to what we see coming out of a blaster. And he goes, and that's a tracer round. And you could get tracer rounds in different colors and different calibers. So if you wanted, you could get, this Han Solo blaster, fill it with tracer rounds, and you've basically got a functional, Han Solo blaster. But that would be $2,000. That's probably a little bit more than we could justify.
I'm trying to think. I don't think it was in this article. I think I read another article where this was found buried in someone's house after the deceased died. That's how it was discovered.
Wow.
Do you think someone on the set nabbed it and there was an underground thing going on? Maybe either he had it in his house or
entirely possible, yeah, because a lot of those props, they're owned by the studio, you know, and especially, there's a story behind Luke's lightsaber. I should say Luke's father's lightsaber, right? He, the original Graflex from the first Star Wars movie, the one that Obi-Wan gives to Luke on Tatooine. That prop, it didn't go missing. It was returned to, was it the L Street prop department or whatever? So when it came time for the Star Wars Holiday Special, they couldn't get it quickly right away. So they created a new lightsaber using a different model of Graflex. And so if you don't see it very well on Mark Hamill's belt, but if you look really close, you can see some big differences. And in fact, the Graflex for the original lightsaber is very difficult to find, but the Graflex for
We got one.
yes, but we do. But the Graflex for the Star Wars Holiday Special is a bit more obtainable, and we actually have a number of them. one of which I am working to make a prop for the Star Wars Holiday Special lightsaber. Then I believe they got the original back for Empire Strikes Back. But there's still differences.
Cool.
So.
Deleted Scenes has a replica of Han's blaster.
Oh. Do you really? That's really cool. Was it a licensed one or a good one?
Oh.
A lot of these licensed ones are not worth the price that you're paying for them.
Yikes.
They're really not. There are fans out there making replicas that are so much better. So much better. In some cases, they've gone out of their way to get replicas of the pieces that it's made out of. Yes, this is actually a repaint of the Power of the Force Han Solo blaster, which used the same molds as the Han Solo blaster from back in the late 70s and early 80s.
Yes, and this is mine.
And that one's yours. That's absolutely right.
I used to have a laser gun that made sound effects and lit up, but it wasn't Star Wars related.
Ah, okay.
When I was a kid. Anyway, okay. I used to think that was very cool.
Yes.
I used to pretend it was from Star Wars, but it wasn't really. But D-Pens, I guess a replica Stormtrooper blaster. Look at that. Okay, and a Rebel Trooper.
And the
blaster.
Rebel Trooper blaster. There you go. So those were used the parts from the British Sten rifle. Yeah.
Cool. All right, but I just thought it was interesting that this prop goes. But I think it's interesting that we have a mystery solve where they finally found this missing prop after so many years, and then it's sold for big money because why not? The hidden E.T. cameo in Star Wars: The Phantom Menace. You probably never noticed.
No,
What?
I was very aware of it. I saw it. I saw it, and I pointed it out, and then of course you see it everywhere in the Easter eggs and the in photographs in the books and stuff. Yeah.
So once the cat was out of the bag, I already knew. But some people in the chat might not realize. But a few moments in film history will be remembered as one of the much latest, greatest filmmakers, giving subtle nods to each other through classic films. In Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, George Lucas hid what is now an iconic Easter egg as a tribute to his colleague Steven Spielberg in the movie's sprawling galactic system. A short, quiet moment that is filled with alien species and hidden details. A very familiar alien race made an appearance. These weren't just random creatures. They were a deliberate nod to Steven Spielberg's 1982 film E.T. the Extraterrestrial. These creatures were the Asogians. Closely remember E.T. from the 1982 classic. The cameo isn't just meant for fans to pause and smile. It reflects the long-standing creative friendship between the two great filmmakers. So how did George Lucas give a subtle nod to Steven Spielberg? What can this teach us about combining movie universes? In Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, the moment unfolds during a heated Senate session early in the film. Queen Amidala, played by Natalie Portman, addresses the Senate. Wow, Natalie Portman was in a Star Wars movie. I didn't realize. I'm kidding.
Yeah, and she was invited. She was invited to be in another one. She's like, I already did Star Wars.
That was so bad. Okay, and what may seem like a routine scene, as Amidala makes her dramatic plea, the camera sweeps across the chamber's floating pods. While it is likely that the audience might not be alert enough to notice specific details, George Lucas brings our attention to multiple pods featuring various alien races, one of which closely resembles E.T. These brown-skinned beings with elongated necks and large, expressive eyes are unmistakably of the same species as the one in Spielberg's all-time classic. Member of this species, sometimes called the Asogians, appear as peaceful Republic representatives. However, what's most important here is that George Lucas does not linger on them for too long. In fact, it is quite literally a blink and you'll miss it situation.
That's right. And do you know what the name of the senator of that race was?
No.
I'll tell you.
Bob.
No, it was Senator Grebel Yips. That's Spielberg spelled backwards.
Okay.
That's actually canon.
It would have been interesting if the Hamburglar had been in another one of those pods. Looking up, I'm kidding.
Well,
Let's not go there.
real quick, Netter did take the time to go, and let me go large screen in order to show it off. She did take the time to grab the Graflex. This is going to become my holiday special lightsaber. I even have the parts of it to complete it. It's going to require some customizing, but yes, this is the Graflex that was used for the holiday special.
So if any of y'all are looking to get one of those,
We've got
I think
more.
I've got
Yeah.
like 8 of them total. We don't need 8, so you can.
It was a situation where, in order to get one, we had to get all 8 or 9 or however many there were.
Yeah. So if y'all are interested, you can either message me or Troy on X, and we'll go from there.
Welcome, Tree Rock Creations. He says E.T. was and still is creepy. I agree with you. I do agree with you. There was meant to be a bit of scariness, especially in the early parts of that movie. Yeah, the cornfield scene creeped me out. Let me tell you, I saw this movie. Did this movie come out the same year as Poltergeist? It was right around there, and I got horrible Poltergeist vibes from this movie. So, although, I still watched it and I didn't get like freaked out or anything. I was just at every turn I was waiting for somebody to start ripping his face off or maggots to start eating a chicken leg or something like that. Killer clown.
Did you go out for rotisserie chicken after that movie? That'd be funny.
No.
I'm just
Yeah,
kidding. I'm
yeah,
just
no.
kidding. I'm just.
They slept
but yeah,
with the lights on too. Let me tell you.
they also mentioned how in the background in Well of the Souls you see R2D2 and C3PO in the hieroglyphics. Yeah, in Raiders of the Lost Ark.
and the Temple of Doom, Club Obi-Wan.
Club Obi-Wan, I remember that. So they're little nods here. I think it's fun when they do things like that.
Oh yeah.
But yeah.
It was Blade Runner, where when they were doing the overhead shot of the city, you could see the Millennium Falcon on top of one of the buildings.
Oh, very neat. I didn't realize.
Yeah,
I'll have to
well,
look for that
Decker had to
next
get
time.
around somehow, right?
Well, but
And I highly recommend everybody go check out Retro Blasting's most recent video. He does a video about a new playset from a German toy company that is just perfectly an Indiana Jones. I mean, it wasn't marketed as an Indiana Jones playset, but it's basically an Indiana Jones playset. And as he's doing demonstrations of it, there's a bunch of Easter eggs with the action figures that he uses. In one scene, Indy goes and hits the button to open a door, and behind the door is a statue. It's Han Solo and Carbonite.
very cool. But I remember when I had the Raiders of the Lost Ark, Well of the Souls action play set, the big stone covering that covers the Ark of the Covenant. On one side, it looks like the original Egyptian pictographs, and on the other side, you actually see C-3PO and R2-D2 carved into the toy as a little nod,
nice.
which I remember that as a kid.
Nice.
But all right, but moving on. Darth Vader arrives at Disneyland's Galaxy Edge to classic John Williams score. This is kind of interesting.
It's about damn time.
Darth Vader made his first Star Wars Galaxy Edge appearance at Disneyland during Disneyland After Dark Star Wars Night on April 28th, the day before the land's official timeline shift. What? We'll get to the timeline shift in a minute. The Sith Lord entered through Kylo Ren's command shuttle after a pair of stormtroopers who discussed their new home of Black Spire Outpost. Vader announced his intention to find Luke Skywalker. The scene was set to John Williams' famous Imperial March from the original Star Wars films. On April 29th,
Nice.
the timeline of Star Wars Galaxy Edge will officially shift, with half of the land now set during the original trilogy. Vader replaces Kylo, wandering Batuu, and John Williams' movie scores will play in the land. We don't know yet if this entrance show was exclusive to Star Wars Night or if this is how Vader will arrive during the day too. In addition to Vader, guests will also be able to meet Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Princess Leia in Star Wars Galaxy Edge, joining Chewbacca and R2-D2. Rey will continue to appear near Star Wars Rise of the Resistance, which remains set during the sequels. And I would argue for now. Look at that image. And let me show you some more pictures. This is for our next article. And this is kind of a 3-picture thing. Oh, you're cutting off Leia's head there.
That's probably for the best. If you've seen the makeup on this new Princess Leia, it's probably...
Well, it's probably...
Okay, I'll move it.
You don't have to, maybe. Okay, just for a sec. Okay.
But I swear she looks like a...
Oh, yeah, that one.
She looks like a drag queen.
Okay. Anyway, and there's Han in the corner there. I'm just saying these are pictures from the Galaxy Edge Park. The people seem rather excited, though. And I'll read you the next article.
I do like that they are real stormtroopers, too.
So, hold on. Oh, for the mic, I lost my spot again. But yeah, these were from the same article. I just took 3 of the best pictures. I tried not to take pictures where you could see what guests were doing, because I figured they still...
Aren't you a little short to be a Dark Lord of the Sith?
You know, something, I guess he's Hayden Christensen then. Actually,
well...
to be fair, I don't know that Hayden Christensen is short. I just think that compared to who played him originally, I think anybody's short, you know. But
right.
Hold on. Let me go down to the next story. This is the timeline shifts, all the changes made to Star Wars Galaxy Edge. The day Star Wars fans have been waiting for has finally arrived, as Star Wars Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland now, at least partially, has a new timeline. Let's go through all the changes we've spotted in the land so far, with the change in the timeline on the Black Spire Outpost section of the land to that of the original trilogy. New banners depicting the emblems of the Galactic Empire instead of the First Order now hang over the outposts. Despite the timeline change and the name change of the First Order cargo to Black Spire surplus, the location is still selling First Order merchandise items. Well, for now, I would say. Now you'll find more ramshackle appearance with more aged helmet and gear for what is envisioned as a military salvage operation, offering artifacts from across the history of the galaxy, including Imperial and Rebel items from the Galactic Civil War. John Williams' legendary score from the original trilogy has been added to Batuu, specifically themes from the first 6 films, passing through the tunnels of Star Wars Galaxy Edge. The iconic main title and Force theme will beckon you to a galaxy far, far away. As you wander through the land, you hear motifs from other classic tracks, including Han Solo and the Princess, the Desert and Robot Auction, the Emperor, and more. What were they playing before?
They were playing only music from the sequels.
Well, Williams did that music, though.
Yeah,
it's acting like they didn't have the Williams music at all.
I guess he did. I don't know. Someone who actually went to this stupidity would have to tell me.
Okay. With the arrival of the new yet classic music, the old Galaxy's Edge entrance score at the entrance to the land has been removed. Fortunately, we recorded 4 minutes of music during our... Okay, they still have it on the site. If you're interested, you can click on the link. But after making their first appearance during the first Star Wars night, characters in the original trilogy, including Han Solo, Leia Organa, Luke Skywalker, and Darth Vader, are now meeting guests at Batuu. On her first official day, we spotted Leia with Chewbacca hanging around near the Millennium Falcon. Doka Ondor's Den of Antiquities now delves further into the past with a new display of different one-of-a-kind items. One of the big things that fans have noticed was that Din Djarin's Beskar helmet and pulse rifle are gone and replaced by other stuff. Perhaps a Mandalorian came in to pick them up. It's a joke. Okay. A small but noticeable change was in the interior of the Millennium Falcon at Road Smuggler's Run, where several Porg nests located throughout the attraction were removed. While Porgs existed before the sequel trilogy canonically, the adorable penguin-like creatures are native to Acto and did not board the Millennium Falcon until the sequel trilogy. More changes are likely to come to the attraction in the lead-up to the new version featuring the Mandalorian and Grogu, which debuts.
Which makes me wonder if
on May 26th.
If they've swapped out the rectangular dish for a circular one on the Millennium Falcon. That would also be an indicator of it not being a sequel era. However, David Pensack noticed something that we talked about earlier in the week during Liquid Lunch when I was talking about this whole Princess Leia thing. Is Leia wearing a blaster holster in that pic? Did she ever wear one in the film? Well, do you ever remember her wearing a blue blouse? or a brown vest? What that outfit is it is similar to the Empire Strikes Back
Hoth.
Hoth / what she was wearing on Bespin when she wasn't in the gown. But that is actually the uniform of General Leia from the sequel trilogy. So for all this talk about how they're going back to the original series, not Leia, because she can't be Princess Leia. No, 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 no. It has to be. She has to be a general, not a princess. Princess bad, general good, strong woman.
Anyway, I don't know. I mean, you can block her face now if you want. Just
Thank you. And
comments
then,
are covering
of course,
you.
our newest returning member here, Pit Snipe Husker, says, "Hey y'all, thank you for another gifted membership. I'm a deek. I disappear. Sometimes I'm not fit for human consumption, such as a BPD. It's great to see y'all again, though. Yeah, no, I'm glad that you're here, my friend. Always do appreciate seeing you.
The lady seemed happy to talk to the young
The
Han
same
Solo.
thing I did. He said platform shoes on that Vader. Yeah, but Boomer said maybe it's
He's
Hayden
a shorty.
Christensen. Yeah.
Well, if you see some of the pictures on the site, though, it seems like the women are excited to talk to Han Solo in that scene. Cause,
I mean, understandable. Nothing like a guy in a wig, right?
Now, I've noticed this is going on, and Kathleen Kennedy is out of there. Do you think that has something to do with this? The fact that they're at
Absolutely,
least
it
trying
does.
to split-
She would not be able to. No, they would not be doing this if she was still in charge.
Okay.
But now, what is it? Is his name Josh D'Amaro's now taken over from Bob Iger?
Yes.
And he's a Parks guy, and he knows what's not popular and what hasn't been popular. So he's probably been chomping at the bit to do this for some time now.
Yeah, and they have, and of course, I think I saw Ahsoka wandering around too. Like I said, I don't know. You could. I think the Mandalorian Grogu were walking about as well. I think that was another thing.
The original, from what I heard, the original idea behind this Star Wars land was supposed to be broken up into 3. And you were literally supposed to walk through time between the prequels, the original trilogy, and the sequels.
Which makes
and I
sense.
think if they had done that from the beginning, no one would have had any issues. But it was Kathleen Kennedy who just said, no. This is the new era. Nobody wants the old stuff. We want the new audience. And how did that work out for you? Talk about putting all your eggs in one basket.
It was ill-conceived. Here's what happened. They probably walked into the Universal Epic Universe and saw what they were doing down there, and they say, "Why aren't we doing this?"
Yep.
I mean,
Yep,
now,
you're absolutely right. Nice skirt. I agree with you.
and are they changing the ride? Is that what I heard? It's going to be more based on the Mandalorian now.
I did hear they were changing it. I don't know what exactly they were basing it on. But originally, again, the idea had been that the Smuggler's Run was going to be, they were able to swap out, the video that they play in it for different eras. They were going to be able to do like Solo a Star Wars Story era. They were going to do original series era, original trilogy era, and they were going to do sequel trilogy era. But nope. They went all in on the sequel that nobody wanted to see, and that is why they failed.
Well, plus, the sequels aren't really the new thing anymore. It's been 7 years since Rise of Skywalker, up just about, so 6.5 at least, and it's like,
You mean the Rise of Palpatine. Yeah, exactly. And nobody cares.
Anyway, but I don't know. I think this is maybe a positive step. I'm not saying it's going to, put a couple benches in there so people can sit down, maybe. We'll be good to go. I don't know.
Some exhibits they can go into to cool off. Things that they used to do in parks that they've really regressed from the days when I was younger and actually enjoyed these parks.
Do you think Han and Leia do skits and she just berates them in front of the crowd and just? I'm kidding.
Don't know.
I don't know what they're doing here, but I don't know. I'd say that this. again, Rome wasn't built in the day. Maybe it was destroyed in a day. I don't know. I'm thinking with Star Wars, like it didn't take much to wreck it, did it? I mean, it's just Last Jedi, and Abrams was part of the problem too because he set up a bunch of stuff that never got fulfilled. Like,
well, and this is his stupid mystery box crap. He doesn't plan it out. He just comes up with, oh, wouldn't this be cool? And let's throw some lens flares in there. And okay, I'm done. You guys go do the thing. And it's like,
he does like the lens flare. Yes, anyway, I just thought it was interesting. It seems like a pivot. I mean,
it absolutely is. Because they were really given no choice. And as soon as they had the opportunity, they frickin' jumped on it. Hasbro wants you to buy a $600 Grogu, but do you know what Troy wants? Troy wants you to be here for every single thing that we do all throughout the week. Let me tell you about that. And then we'll get back to an expensive animatronic piece of crap right after 2.5 minutes. We'll be right back.
You are watching Last Call, streaming every Friday night at 9 Central, 10 Eastern. Come on in, pull up a chair, and have a drink with us.
This week on Saturday night at the movies, a Vietnam War draftee meets and befriends a tribe of hippies while heading to the Army Induction Center. The hippies and their leader introduce him to mind-altering substances and their environment of unorthodox relationships and draft evasion. Join us for the 1979 musical anti-war comedy drama, Hair. This Saturday at 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern on Netter's Network Retro Cinema.
Every Sunday evening, Aged Boomer and Last Call with Troy Pacelli bring you the rundown of the week's geek news, or at least what they think is interesting. You may have heard about it elsewhere, but Boomer and Pacelli spin it like only two old geezers can. It's Geeky Geezers, every Sunday evening at 8 Central, 9 Eastern.
Every Monday night is Members Night at the movies on Last Call. Members enjoy an exclusive watch party just for them, and you can join too for as little as $1.99 a month. This week, Fast Eddie Felson returns to teach a cocky but immensely talented protege the ropes of pool hustling, which in turn inspires him to make an unlikely comeback. Paul Newman and Tom Cruise star in the 25 years later sequel to The Hustler, The Color of Money. Members, join us this Monday at 9 Central, 10 Eastern. And if you're not a member, please consider it. It really helps support what we do here at Last Call. Thanks.
Every Tuesday brings mystery to our affiliated channels, starting at 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern, when Deleted Scenes with Stephen Otten reviews an unreleased film with his critic associates, and you'll never know who or which until you tune in. Then, at 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern, it's live from Sparkwood, and 21 for a watch party, review and analysis of the mysterious town of Twin Peaks. Then, finally, Last Call with Troy Pacelli transports you back to Victorian England for an adventure with the premier detective himself, Sherlock Holmes. Join us every Tuesday for mystery and intrigue on all our affiliated channels.
Did you top off your glasses? We now return to Last Call.
I absolutely did top off my glass. Thank you so much. Want to welcome Outlaw Bill. Good to see you, my friend. I hope you're feeling well. I hope you're doing excellently. And not a popular opinion, but I like the Abrams Star Trek movies. Well, I got some bad news for you, my friend. Unfortunately, because the license with Bad Robot and now Secret Hideout has ended. Sadly, that means that all of that is decanonized and will not be followed up on by Paramount going forward. That's just how it has to be, because otherwise they would have to sign a new contract, which I don't see them doing. But anyway.
Yeah. So,
and I will say that the J.J. Abrams stuff was better than what we got from Kurtzman. So I will definitely say that.
yes, we did a stream on that a few months ago. Yeah.
I loved the casting. The casting was excellent. Zero to say about anyone in any of those roles. And I think I have a greater respect now for Zachary Quinto. He really took the role of Spock seriously because he actually spoke to Leonard Nimoy and felt like he was taking on a mantle. He had the blessing of the man himself, and he took that seriously, and he respected that. And I am afraid that that's entirely what's missing from the people that have been doing Starfleet Academy and Strange Trek, you know. But I got a half coffee yum yum and hitting the vodka bottle directly. It's just more efficient. That's fair. What variety of vodka do you have? Is it a Smirnoff, or is it something else? An Effin? I'm not saying that somebody else couldn't do better, but I enjoyed the last trilogy. Did they get 3 movies out? Yeah, I guess they did get 3 movies out. After seeing the Force Awakens movie, I kind of cried because of what happened to Solo in the movie. Yeah, he died like a punk. That's not how you kill off a beloved hero character, you know?
But he appeared as a...
that's sweet. Thank you so much, Pit Snipe Husker. He says, hugs, Miss Netter. There you go.
Hugs right back.
Okay. So...
Absolutely. Well, Chewbacca comes from a very noble race. I think they get along real well with the Klingons.
Hasbro wants you to buy this $600 Grogu.
And unfortunately, there are some people that will.
Ever since he dazzled the world at the climax of the first episode of The Mandalorian, there has been a yearning for Grogu, or Baby Yoda, the child, as he was known back in those Halcyon days, merchandise. In the years since, many...
I see what they did there. Halcyon. I got it.
Yes, many companies have obliged, and with The Mandalorian and Grogu weeks away, the little green diva is once again inescapable. But Hasbro wants to convince you that it has created the ultimate Grogu toy, and it better actually have, considering the hit to your wallet this is going to take. This morning, Hasbro revealed one of the most elaborate Star Wars toys ever, a life-size, animatronics-laden, all singing, all dancing Grogu figure. Dubbed, of course, Ultimate Grogu, the figurine is just under 15 inches tall and is packed within a ton of tech under its soft skin and fox hair, which is definitely not a horrifying thing to contemplate at all. Ultimately, Grogu is capable of over 250 sounds and animations across his arms, legs, ears, head, eyes, and mouth that you can play out across 3 modes. Display mode, where he cycles through a series of poses, and Explore mode, where you can wander around and respond to movement and sound, and what Hasbro calls a grab-and-go mode, which it says is specifically aimed at cosplayers and people daring enough to take their $600 toy to a convention floor. It is meant to be so you can keep him close while having him interactable. I mean, you already paid...
Now that you say that, I can guarantee you that cosplayers are going to be... Anyone who has been doing a Mando cosplay is going to buy this little effort. Because, let's face it, daring to take a $600 toy, no. Got to remember that they're spending well over $1,000 on that armor. Even if they're making it themselves, they're spending about that much on those cosplays. I know, because I did the same thing with my Klingon kits. So, you know.
Well, see, honey, I didn't know it danced or anything. We got to get one now. Okay.
Did you ever see Snarky J at the beginning of one of her videos? I think it was to review The Mandalorian, where she has Baby Yoda wrapped like around her front. And she kind of says, "Okay, Mama's got to work," and like she puts them down.
Yeah.
Kind of fall up laughing.
Exactly.
I don't know, like.
I think she's so adorable when she's wearing the helmet and whatnot. She's such a sweetie. She really is.
But it's not just Grogu himself that have electric interactivity, but some of his accessories alongside the standard fare, like his robe, satchel, and Beskar chainmail. Even the small round plate he'll be seen wearing in the Mandalorian Grogu, and the Ultimate Grogu also include a few interactive accessories, namely in the form of one of his little blue cookies, which can shake as if being grasped by the Force when interacting with Grogu, and a small gray charge accessory that has its own light and sound features. The power, all that you'll need to make a compromise.
Does it come with a vial of
that.
like pink boba so that he can gobble up the eggs of sentient life forms?
I don't see that mentioned in here.
Just saying. Yeah, you
know. It can either roam free, powered by 4 D-cell batteries, or powered by a USB-C cord, which needs to remain plugged in, as Grogu can't hold a charge, and again is not included.
I'll bet he can't hold his liquor either.
For $600, he better hold a charge.
Yeah, right.
It certainly walks the walk and talks the talk in that Baby Yoda sense, but still, even with the ultimate branding, $600 is a lot to throw down, even for Grogu diehards, rivaling the price of some of Hasbro's high-end HasLab projects, especially so as the Ultimate Grogu will be sitting out his cinematic debut. Hasbro's toy isn't coming anytime soon, even with the pre-orders opening today from 1 p.m. Eastern at Hasbro Pulse and other online retailers. Will you be able to say no to that face and especially that price? A limited quantity of the first edition and Ultimate Grogus will be available to ship at the end of 2026.
I will say, at least they're not doing the HasLab. I still hate that they're doing pre-orders, but at least it's not a frickin' HasLab. It's frickin' ridiculous.
I bet you, though, if they did a life-size Rey animatronic, that would have sold pretty well. I'm just joking.
You're probably right, but
for $6,000,
yeah. Oh, yeah, if you're lucky. Well, it depends on how fully functional you want her to be.
Oh, anyway, I'm just saying.
Hey, there's companies in Japan that make them extremely lifelike.
Yup.
I don't know though.
Fully functional.
Can you imagine being a kid getting that on Christmas morning, huh? Pretty sweet.
I remember when Empire Strikes Back came out, and the closest you could get was a Yoda puppet, and they called it a puppet, but really all it was a blow molded rubber, hollow Yoda that you could put your hand in and move his head a little bit.
Yeah, well, yeah.
For anyone who's cosplaying as Mando, better have John Wick level of hand-to-hand combat skill to walk around with a $600 Grogu toy. No, honestly, if you knew how much the props and costume pieces were that the average cosplayer has with them, this is pretty much on par. Got to be honest. And some of it, you can't put a price tag on. They're one-of-a-kind, custom-made dealios. Have you seen the full-size R2 units they got going around with these things? Fully functional with lights and sound and turning the whole bit. Yeah.
Yeah, just no midgets inside.
So, well, I bet some of them do, But, yeah, Japan is freaky. You're absolutely right. Troy, wait till this Grogu toy ends up in Disney gift shops. It has a $1,000 price tag. Yeah, exactly.
But Mom,
he's so cute.
I won't ask you for anything ever again. Just this one thing.
And I swear, I had coworkers that would say, "Oh, he's so cute. He's so cute." I'm like, you know what? You know what else is cute? Squirrels are cute. And I hate those little effers. They stuffed my air intake in my car with peanuts.
Oh, yikes!
I'd be happy to just take my 22 and just.
There you go. And you could bring it to the Roadkill Cafe.
Well, I do have to say, this is one of the things I said in 2019, 2020. I said, look, with the squirrels we got around here, we're never going to go hungry, sweetheart. Just saying.
All right, so you're not jumping on this, I take it.
I am not. Not.
No.
Although, don't get me wrong, I have bought, some merchandise from Mandalorian Book of Boba Fett. I got a lot of the action figures, the mainline characters. Obviously, I had to jump on. No, I better not say it that way. I definitely had to grab. No, I had to get at least one of the Cara Dune action figures.
You ended up with 2, if I recall.
I think I've got at least 2. I got the Razor Crest, which was a HasLab. Technically, I got 2. Sold 1, so mine was effectively free. I got a bunch of these little freaking this guy here. I got several of Din Djarin, but my favorite action figures I got Min-Na Wen. I forget what her character's name is. I got Cara Dune. I got Grief Karga, and just a month ago, I got from Disney, Shop Disney, I got the Protocol droid that it was CW24, which was Grief Karga's Protocol droid, and just today I ordered his astromech droid, which was R4 something or other, and R46D0. I'm ordering these figures because they each come with a piece of a specific blue figure that I'm putting together for Netter. So
yeah, that one, because she doesn't have a name, we're calling him Blue-Pio.
Blue-Pio, yeah.
Blue-Pio.
Yeah, because he's blue.
Oh,
he's,
okay.
he's blue. He's blue.
He's blue.
He just has no legs yet. So,
all right.
In 2 months he'll be complete.
He'll be fully functional.
He'll be fully functional. Yeah.
What if you turn this thing on and it starts attacking you or something?
Jeez. Like Megan?
Yeah, like Megan, except it'd be Grogu, right? All right.
Yeah, you better wrap it in bacon because it doesn't have a lot of fat on it to begin with. So, yeah, actually wrapped in bacon is the perfect way to eat something like that. Rabbit is the same way.
So, maybe you'll be more excited for a more affordable Star Wars treat. I drank Star Wars Blue Milk. Were you aware of this?
I was not.
So
Has this come out recently?
I think so.
Well, May 1st, 2026, so yeah.
There you go. A man named George Lucas created a film called Star Wars. You don't say. Audiences instantly fell in love with Lucas's tale of rebels and empires, space wizards, and dark lords. But it wasn't just the Star Wars story that captured viewers' imaginations. Lucas and his team populated their creation with all sorts of strange aliens, creatures, and robots. The lead characters wore odd clothes and sported eclectic hairstyles.
Eclectic. I mean, it was the 70s. I mean, it wasn't eclectic at the time.
They even ate bizarre foods. The faraway galaxy Lucas conjured into existence became so attractive that people didn't just want to watch Star Wars. They wanted to live inside it. They began dressing like Jedis and stormtroopers. They dueled with lightsabers at conventions and starred in their own homemade fan films. And in recent years, they've gobbled up grocery items inspired by the franchise as well, like C-3POs. Remember
C-3PO cereal, yes, exactly.
They need to bring that back. Why don't they bring that back?
I hate sweetened cereals, but I probably would get C-3PO cereal, yes.
I don't remember that one being that sweet, but maybe my memory is
well,
not. Okay.
I didn't eat sweetened cereal, so anything that was... even Sugar Smacks was kind of too sweet for
The
me.
Batman cereal was sweet. I remember that one. The corn sweet
Yeah.
cereal.
Honey Nut Cheerios was too sweet for me.
Okay, well there you go. It was kind of like that, I think.
Yeah.
So for a long time, the holy grail of tie-in foods based on Star Wars was blue milk, a mysterious potable featured in the very first movie from 1977. Then, after decades of curiosity, multiple companies have begun producing their own interpretation of the beverage. The latest being True Moo, which first introduced its version of blue milk a few years ago. I guess it did well enough that they decided to reintroduce it in May of 2026, the time of year that a bad pun dictates be dedicated to celebrating all things Star Wars. May the 4th be with you, by the way. I missed this concoction the first time round, so when they offered to send me a couple of jugs, I was not going to say no. I made with a mysterious stranger I encountered at the crossroads 11 years ago, required I eat and or drink every food inspired by movies in exchange for a career as an author. By the way, my new book's up for pre-order right now. Let me get the author's name on this real quick. I'm sorry. I should be really crediting him in this. Hold on.
I just found out that I just looked it up. True Moo, that is spelled TRUMOO. Where to buy? They have it at the Jewel near us. So when we go shopping tomorrow, I might have to.
You could do a taste test,
just so I can say I drank some True Blue.
Okay, when I was a kid,
yeah,
my milk was blue when my cereal made it that color.
Well, yeah, if you ate blueberry cereal, it turned the milk blue.
Well, there you go. That was your first attempt at blue milk. The author's name is Matt Singer, by the way. Anyway, but this is funny. Let me keep reading. Can the answer just be because Star Wars fans are weird? No. Okay, more explanation then. According to Wikipedia, which is never wrong about things that happened a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, blue milk, also known as quote-unquote bantha milk, is a drinkable liquid generated by female banthas.
Yep. You don't want to drink what comes out of the male bantha.
That's
a
gross.
bantha, for those unfamiliar, looks like this. I know what you're thinking, and I'm thinking it too. Man, I would love to drink something produced by that giant, filth-covered, foul-smelling beast. Anybody got a bantha teat handy? According to Star Wars star Mark Hamill, the prop blue milk used on the set back in 1977 was actually long life milk, a shelf-stable milk that doesn't need refrigeration, mixed with blue food coloring. He also said it was really ghastly, oily, and sweet, and yuck. In other words, it tasted as weird as it looked.
Yep.
You hear that? You knew about that, didn't you?
I did. Long life milk was, don't. Just don't. If you want to get, if you want milk that's going to last you pretty much forever, get yourself some powdered milk, dehydrated milk. They have it in full fat form, but unfortunately, it's very hard to find. You're probably going to have to get the low fat powdered milk, and then if you ever need to use it in a recipe, you might have to add some butter.
If you want milk you can drink
cream
without mixing, Fairlife milk lasts a long time.
Fairlife milk does last a long time. It is lactose free. Lactose is the sugar in milk, and it's kind of what feeds the bacteria. So the absence of lactose means you get months of life out of Fairlife in the refrigerator.
Well, the contextual and extra-textual particulars are both horrifying. Blue milk continues to be a source of fascination for Star Wars fans. I think the reason why has less to do with the appeal of drinking a dirty animal's bodily fluids than the fact that blue milk is one of the earliest building blocks of the Star Wars galaxy. Technically speaking, blue milk predates Han Solo and Chewbacca. It shows up in Star Wars before either character makes their on-screen debut. Appearing as part of the complete steak breakfast around the Skywalker kitchen table helps establish the otherworldly charm of Tatooine and the Star Wars franchise as a whole. Blue milk is a small but essential piece of world building that tells the viewer they left the reality they know behind the moment the lights dimmed in the theater and they push play on their Blu-ray. According to the Jug, True Moo's blue milk is, I quote, blue-colored vanilla low-fat milk with other natural flavors. A press release boasts that the liquid contains 9 grams of protein and 8 essential nutrients, while the label notes that it contains no synthetic dyes. That's great, because if there's one thing I do not want is something secreted from an alien animal's undercarriage, it's synthetic dye. For decades, fans have watched Luke Skywalker and Tatooine and wondered what the blue milk actually tastes like. That question is what made this product so exciting for us to market, reads a quote from Dairy Brands at Dairy Farmers of America Chief Marketing Officer Rachel Kilo? Wait, this drink is backed by a testimonial from someone named Kylo? Are they also the Chief Marketing Officer of the Knights of Ren? Oh, remember the Knights of Ren? Let's not bring those up again. This whole thing smells fishier than a bantha after a day in deserts of Tatooine. Am I going to try this stuff anyway? Like Yoda said, do or do not, there is no try.
There is no try.
I'm going to read, he's going to give his review. You heard me. I'm doing blue milk, and it's not a strange thing to say at all. The first version of the blue milk hit the market around 7 years ago, could only be found at Disneyland and Walt Disney World in Florida, in each respective theme park Star Wars themed Galaxy's Edge Land. For whatever reason, be it concern over potential dairy allergies or a general sense that the last thing people in Orlando want on a 95-degree day in August is a nice tall glass of stained cow goo, they opted not to make their blue milk and a green milk inspired by a similar libation shown in Star Wars The Last Jedi out of actual milk. Instead, according to Disneyland's app, blue milk is a plant-based blend of coconut and rice
God,
milk.
don't even start with the Disney stuff. Welcome, Critical Thinking and Drinking over on X. Deleted. This is what it looks like when someone drops a comment in X. So just so you know, I mean, I appreciate you for being there, and I can see that you're there. So thank you so much, my friend. And so long as it's not green milk, it's funny. I was talking about that 22 blaster, that particular sidearm was featured in the very first Brandon Herrera video that I ever saw, where he was dressed as Han Solo, demonstrating the gun. And about midway through his videos, he does the ADD break, where he sets up. Normally, it used to be, what was that lager that he used to shoot?
White Claw.
White Claw, yeah. And now he's switched to another pseudo-alcoholic drink. But for that one, he was doing, he set up a bunch of bottles of blue and green milk. And he shoots, bang, bang, bang. And all the ones that were blue get obliterated. And the green ones are still sitting there. And he says, if you're wondering why only the blue milk was shot, it's because we only shoot at the ones that were actually in Star Wars movies. And I'm like, subscribe, boom. And I've followed Brandon Herrera ever since. Troy, I sense a disturbance in my gut after this blue milk. Well, if you are lactose intolerant, yes, that is probably going to be a problem. How the hell am I? I am well. And speaking of hell, did you know there is a hell in the Star Wars universe? Because your Tauntaun will be dead by the time you reach the first marker. And Han Solo says, then I'll see you in hell. Well, I just recently saw a video that does a deep dive into the lore of the in-universe religions of Star Wars, and apparently hell is a place in their lore. Agent Boomer,
Hell
if you
Washington.
huh?
Hell Washington.
Yeah, exactly. Agent Boomer, if you can dial in your plosives and tweak your mic filter, dude. Your voice is great. Yeah. He needs to over time. He needs to improve his sound equipment. Right now, he's working, with a tin can and a string attached to an Apple computer. So,
Well, I don't think it's the Apple computer, but maybe I'm due for a new mic. Yes.
Troy with those dulcet tones. Yeah, exactly. I did not know there is a hell in Star Wars. Yes. So, without getting too far off on a tangent, again, Han Solo says, then I'll see you in hell. Well, there is a concept in the Star Wars world's afterlife of a chaos. And it all falls within the whole Force, afterlife, and all this kind of stuff. Most people, most living things, most things that are, bound to the living force return to and become one with the living force again. But if you are corrupted by the dark side, you will end up in a nether world that's like a chaos. There are some races that refer to it as hell. And in the more secular parts of the galaxy, those that don't believe in one all-powerful force controlling everything, well, they still use terms like hell, go to hell, I'll see you in hell, stuff like that. I'm way more of a Star Trek guy. Yeah, let's face it, in this modern age, both Star Trek and Star Wars fans have been feeling kind of homeless lately. But we get by. We get by. Boomer's voice is like blue butter.
Should I give you the
Well,
verdict?
and actually, Jamie Lynn makes a great point. You could even think of Mustafar as being a kind of hell if you really thought about it. But
Would you like to hear the verdict on this wonderful?
Sure, give me the verdict.
Okay, let's get out of it. Okay, so Galaxy Edge Blue Milk has proven to be polarizing among some visitors. When I took my daughters to Disneyland last year for the first time, they were so excited to try it and very slow to finish their cups. That's not an uncommon reaction among the people I've wandered Galaxy's Edge with. They love the concept but not the execution. Disney recently added a pink variety that's plant-based rice milk blended with sweet and fruity characteristics, suggesting they're still looking for a way to boost the product's sales. The obvious issue, their blue milk is not milk. If nothing else, True Moo's version will not have that problem. Joined by my daughters, who now demand they get to sample all the weird movie foods I eat. I'm a great father, in parentheses. I tried True Moo's Blue Milk. In the video below, you'll see our... there's a video on this site, too. You'll see our taste test and hear how it compares to the Blue Milk in Galaxy's Edge. If you watched the entire video, you saw my oldest proudly show off her empty cup. She was not pretending she enjoyed it for the camera. After we stopped recording, she had a second glass. Then this morning, she requested her breakfast cereal with blue milk. It looked disconcerting to me. She said it was absolutely delicious, so that's one satisfied customer.
I would have expected like a blueberry flavor or something like that, but apparently it's just vanilla. So
yeah, my daughter's description of the vanilla flavor is melted vanilla ice cream is perfect, and I'm not a huge fan of vanilla ice cream, so they say that's what it tastes as, a vanilla flavor.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, but you said they have a bottle near you, is that right?
Yeah, so I may try some myself, yeah.
It depends on how much they're charging for
Oh,
this
I'm sure
monstrosity.
it's the same price as any other half
$22.95, sir.
Honestly, that's basically what milk is going for these days. I mean, the prices on everything is through the roof.
I am not willing to pay $22 for a quart, you said, of milk?
I'm sure it is the same price as any other milk. So, don't worry about it. But
so anyway, I thought that was pretty sweet. Pun intended.
I see what you did there. Pretty
Pun
sweet.
intended. Yes. Okay.
There you go.
And our final article of the night, the
Now
George
that's
Lucas
pod
Museum.
racing.
Yes. Oh, Jake Lloyd. Remember when he said that line in the movie? You're like, oh no, please don't talk.
And again, it really wasn't his fault. I mean, Hayden Christensen looked bad too with the lines he had to deliver. It's just...
Child actors are very hit or miss, though. I remember Short Round in Temple of Doom. Who's the actor who played him? I should know his name by now because he's been in stuff since then. But really good. Really good.
Damn, I'm drawing a blank on his name. Yeah,
and
really
like the first kid sidekick in the movie I saw as a kid that I didn't find annoying. I thought he was cool. All right, so yes.
I should hope that. So did you see that Christopher Lambert is going to have a cameo in the new Highlander movie with Henry Cavill? I should hope so. He really, really should. You know.
But yeah. So there is a George Lucas museum coming out. I guess this is what he's been doing with his spare time since selling off.
I mean, he might as well. He's got so much the memorabilia. You know, what's he going to do with it? That stuff belongs in a museum.
Yes, well, when you hear the name George Lucas, the first thing you think of is Star Wars. And now, when the museum...
I mean, the first thing I think of course, is Howard the Duck. But, I mean, other people think of Star Wars, Indiana Jones.
I think this guy belongs in a museum.
This guy belongs in a museum, yeah.
Now I have an image of the Howard the Duck animatronic suit that the guy had to wear now in a glass case.
Not the guy. The kid.
The kid.
That was a kid.
That's I forgot, yes. Oh, we have to talk about Howard the Duck again. It will happen.
I mean... Yeah.
It will happen.
I'll be honest, though. You know, being that kid, he went through puberty like that. Let me tell you. But,
there's half a good movie there. I will defend it and say there's half a good movie there.
Yeah. Yeah,
and then
exactly.
the second half kicks in, and then no. Okay. And when the museum Lucas co-founded, the Lucas Museum Narrative Art, opens later this year in Los Angeles, Star Wars will obviously play a role. However, the full list of exhibitions that'll be on display at the opening was just announced, and a galaxy far, far away is but a mere fraction of the collection. Do you hear me?
Okay.
We going in there looking for this all Star Wars stuff, you bunch of nerds.
Well, what else did he do? He did Howard the Duck.
He did American Graffiti. He did
1138,
THX 11,000, which I actually rather enjoyed. That's a good movie. The one with Robert Duvall.
Right.
That made it in my top 5 dystopian movies. I think.
Willow. He did Willow.
Movies, yeah. Yeah. Well, so did Ron Howard. He directed it.
Willow was pretty good. I liked Willow.
Yeah. Well, the series is it's not something you talk about. It's like Voldemort now.
He did the Ewok movies. He did the holiday special.
Please. Yeah, he did the holiday special. He was one of the Wookiees. He was actually one of the Wookiees. He was in the mask. You just couldn't see him. Yes,
he should have been.
Okay.
I actually have an action figure of George Lucas as a stormtrooper.
Oh, that's interesting. Mm-hmm. So scheduled to open September 22nd in downtown Los Angeles, feature around 12,000 objects, 30 galleries, taking up about 100,000 square feet of gallery space. And while some of us like me would be incredibly happy if this was all Star Wars, the whole point of the museum is much grander than that. To illustrate, there's a video, but here's the list. Here's the list according to the press release. Architecture. The innovative designs that inspired the architectural vision of the museum. So it's an exhibition about the building. Okay.
The museum itself. Okay, wonderful.
Benton, selected works of Thomas Hart Benton's depiction of American life.
Okay.
You don't know who that is? Okay.
I don't, and I
neither do I.
Less know what that has to do with George Lucas.
Children's stories, illustrations of children's literature from Beatrix Potter, Leo Polite, E.H. Shepard, Jacob Lawrence, and more.
Okay, I can kind of see that, sure.
Cinema, a selection of production design, props, and costumes from the Lucas archives. Okay. Everyday life, A series of galleries dedicated to visual stories about childhood, community, family, love, motherhood, play, school, sports, and work, expressing the myths that have both reflected and shaped modern American society. Civic life, artist portrayals of the experience in the courthouse, the polling place, the political headquarters, and more. Let's see. Comics, graphic stories, a showcase of the museum's deep holdings of American and European comics, including works by Mobius, Mary Severin, Jack Kirby, Alison Bechdel. That's the one that came up with the Bechdel test.
Oh, God.
Jim Lee. Well, Jim Lee's good. Frank Miller and Rafael Navarro. Look at this. Manga anime selections from the museum's collection of influential work in Japanese illustration and animation. That's odd because I thought Lucas back in the old days kind of turned his nose up at it, but that might just be something I heard. And Frazetta, selected illustrations and book covers by the flamboyant Frank Frazetta. That'd be nice. I'd go there for the Frazetta.
Yeah,
play.
yeah.
Oh, whoa, there's more. Yikes, I thought I was done. Okay, wait a minute. History, paintings, prints, and illustrations telling and pointedly retelling the stories of major historical events. This looks like just a museum. Jesse Wilcox Smith, classic scenes by the illustrator of fairy tales and childhood scenes. Murals, large-scale public works of narrative art by Judith F. Baca, Diego Rivera, and J.R. Narrative forms, a series of galleries highlighting narrative art across genres of adventure, fantasy, romance, and science fiction by artists including Julie Bell, Boris Vallejo, Ken Kelly, George Milius. I think, is that the guy that did the moon getting shot by a rocket or something? Okay, John C. Berkeley and Jeffrey Catherine Jones. Parrish, lush, dreamy visions from early 20th century by illustrator Maxfield Parrish. Photography, powerful documentary images by Robert Capa, Gordon Parks, Alfred Eisenstadt, Dorothy Lang, and others. Rockwell, a series of the museum's renowned holdings of works by premier American illustrator Norman Rockwell. You've heard of him, right?
Yes.
He did the gossip painting. I remember that. Wyeth, book illustrations from 1910s to 1940s by the incomparable N.C. Wyeth. And Western stories, myths of the American West, including wagon trains, shootouts, frontier towns, and more. Okay, so this looks like what he did. He helped fund a museum, and that's why they're naming it after him.
Yeah.
And he put some of his own Lucas stuff in there.
It's basically a museum of Americana and American folklore.
To be fair, it sounds like an interesting museum. It probably is worth checking out. And of course, there's going to be a cinema section, concept art for at the top of the article. So they're going to include the Naboo. There's going to be a. We also already know there is going to be what?
The Naboobies.
There's going to be a Naboo starfighter, a statue of General Grievous on his bike, and a full-size land speeder from A New Hope, with the original plans and model from the Millennium Falcon, a Darth Vader costume, full-size Yoda model. So there will be Star Wars stuff here, so don't worry about that. There'll probably be a Star Wars exhibition or something like that in there. Okay, so I don't know. If you're ever in Los Angeles, it might be worth checking out. Are you ever going to be in Los Angeles?
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, we have the answer to that.
I will never be going back to California.
Okay. But I don't know. I mean, I try to give George Lucas some grace. Like, you know, if he wants to move on and do other things.
I mean, it's his money to do with as he pleases, for sure. Yeah.
He kept promising us all these small movies that he was going to do, all these independent productions he was going to do, get back to his roots, and we haven't seen anything. After selling,
I mean, he sold Star Wars for what, $4 billion? He doesn't need to do nothing anymore.
He did produce that Tuskegee Airmen movie, and that's all I remember seeing by him.
There you go.
Yeah, and
I would have liked it if he had done more World War II films.
Yeah, well, I don't know what to say. He just kind of stopped after that. A gallon at Walmart whole milk is $3.04 today. Well, now we are living in a dystopia, aren't we?
Yeah. I was exaggerating with $20, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't cost me about $3, $4, whatever. But there you go.
Well, okay, and that's
Whoops.
it.
I'm all big. I didn't mean to be all big like that.
Well, it's okay because we're pretty much done.
We pretty much are.
Yes.
So that's it. Next week, we might have to do our monthly AI update, I think.
Oh, well, I don't know if it's a monthly, but I think it's time for an AI update because, man,
It's become monthly.
Things are starting to get a little violent out there. People are starting to
that,
get angry.
There's that. There's a lot going on that I can share about too. But
Okay.
we'll get to that next week.
Yeah, send me some articles. We'll have some good stuff going, and also a
And
lot
you
of. Go ahead.
You all saw the promos. You know what's coming up. So that's all there is to it. What was the last thing you were going to say there?
No, nothing. We'll save for the AI stream, but there's some weirdness out there. There's also gentlemen from India trying to be posing as women on a certain website.
Yeah.
We'll get to that. I'll try to find a leftist equivalent to that too, where they got duped. All right. So yes.
Right.
All right, but we'll get to that.
Any last thoughts? Last words before we wrap it up there, Boomer?
This was my whole thing with this because I know we're waiting on a special guest. I thought tonight we would maybe try to look at Star Wars news that's out there in the air that's not so negative. I mean, let's be honest with you. I think maybe it's darkest before the dawn. Maybe the darkness is finally starting to go away, and I don't know what the future holds, but can it be as bad as what came before?
Yeah, here's hoping. Welcome, Tim Hayes. Good to see you, my friend. Thanks for stopping in. And Netter, any last thoughts, any last words on this topic or any other before we wrap?
I think you guys are all Osmo. Thank you for the 30 foxes and the memberships gifties that you guys gave.
Thank you so much.
You guys are so Osmo. Thank you so much.
It's all going into the new computer fund for both of us, actually. But I want to thank you all so much for coming and hanging out with us tonight for Last Call tonight and every Friday. And again, remember every weekday at noon Central is Liquid Lunch. It's kind of a little taste of Last Call during the week to get us through. Let's face it, Liquid Lunch really does help you get through the day. So, thanks everyone. Take care of yourselves, please. Please be healthy. Stay hydrated. Drink responsibly. We'll see you on the next one. Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Where's my outro? There it is.
Good night, ladies.
Good night, sir.
Hit it, sweetheart.
The neon lights are fading. Closing time is near. Whispers in the corners, secrets shared sincere. The bartender's polishing the final glass. Time slips away like moving through the grass. Last call for alcohol, make your dreams come true. One more round, friends, from me and you. Let's toast to the night, to the stories we've spun. Here's to the laughter and to what's begun. The shadows are dancing as we linger still. Every clink of a glass, a memory to distill. Beneath this smoky haze, our feelings they unfurl. A tapestry of whispers in this corner of the world. The jukebox serenades us with a final tune, crooning to the lonely and the lovers under the moon. With every soft note, the end draws ever near. But in this fleeting moment, there's nothing to fear. Last call for alcohol, make your dreams come true. One more